Did you catch this? Spoilers ahead. Fantasy author Brandon Sanderson had some compelling critiques of Amazon's The Wheel of Time, and Season 3 was starting to fix one of them. The Wheel of Time is the creation of the late great author Robert Jordan, but Mistborn author Brandon Sanderson is highly regarded among the book series community as the author who penned the final 3 books after Jordan passed in 2007. With that in mind, Brandon Sanderson's Wheel of Time comments are worth diving into when considering the show's legacy. The Wheel of Time's cancellation came as a shock to fans in May 2025, and it continues to spark ongoing discussions about fantasy's place in Hollywood and whether or not the show was a successful adaptation. During a watch-through of Season 2's finale live on the Dusty Will YouTube channel in 2023, Brandon Sanderson made an interesting comment about how the show prioritizes scenes over arcs, and I think it's a captivating point that highlights one of the show's most notable inconsistencies throughout its 3 seasons. The Wheel of Time Season 3 focused more on its character arcs. Rand's arc was a highlight of Season 3. Whether it was purposeful or not, The Wheel of Time Season 3 really began to lean into Brandon Sanderson's Season 2 response, and arcs played a more prominent role. At least, that can be said for Rand al'Thor. While The Wheel of Time sports an enormous ensemble cast, Rand al'Thor is the Dragon Reborn, making him arguably the most crucial for the show to get right. Yet Seasons 1 and 2 were commonly criticized for underutilizing him. Actor Josh Stradowski excelled with more material in Season 3, as Rand finally became a focal point. From an epic journey into Ruidian all the way to the Wheel of Time Season 3's ending, when Rand declared himself Kare Karn in front of the Ale clans, the Wheel of Time finally began to embrace its most compelling dynamic. Rand is revealed as the Dragon Reborn fairly early in the series, so there's no mystery there. The true mystery, instead, is whether that means he's going to save the world or destroy it. Rand teeters on the edge of darkness through most of the Wheel of Time novels, and Season 3 highlighted that aspect. Rand is an incredible character whose arc bears similarities to Anakin Skywalker, Paul Atreides, and other fantastically written fictional chosen ones. By tapping into the complexities of prophecy and heroism, transforming a small-town shepherd's son into the most powerful man in the world, Robert Jordan redefined the fantasy genre into what we know it as today. It's no wonder that, when the TV series started to embolden that arc as its central narrative element, it truly began to succeed. The Wheel of Time still had a long way to go to improve its arcs. Some characters' arcs still struggled to find their form. While I understand that Season 3 was widely praised and that its acclaim remains the leading argument for those still fighting for the show's renewal, I believe it's fair to critique it for its flaws. Even with vast improvements from Seasons 1 and 2, arcs were still an issue in the Wheel of Time Season 3, and I'd like to highlight Perrin as an example. The Wheel of Time Season 3 story was adapted from The Shadow Rising, a novel that's often considered among the best of the Wheel of Time books. In the novel, Perrin is the primary vessel that Robert Jordan used to explore the return to the Two Rivers and the conflict with the Trollocs and White Cloaks. Much of his arc is about his desire to create and the world constantly calling upon him to destroy hammer versus axe. The series tried to incorporate this element in Episode 7 at the last minute, but there was barely enough time to build up to it in Season 3. His growth in the penultimate episode didn't feel earned. A significant amount of the Two Rivers screen time went to Alana and her warder, as well as Perrin's budding relationship with Fael while he heals. Despite Perrin having more to do than in previous seasons, the series still struggled to adequately demonstrate this character-defining internal struggle throughout the Wheel of Time Season 3. The return to the Two Rivers had memorable scenes, including a well-orchestrated battle. However, the arcs still required refinement. I believe this would have continued to improve if the series had gone on longer. Thanks for watching.